The Pope Francis death, the more that you look at it, the wilder it gets. Because at this point, we might not just be talking about Pope Francis' death. We might be talking about the last Pope. And all the signs are there. So let's start from this.
Do tell.
The death certificate said that Pope Francis died from a stroke and a heart failure. But then at the same time, they said he was in a coma. A coma, bruh? Now we seen Pope Francis on Easter Sunday, waving at the crowd, giving little blessings, talking and doing all this stuff, y'all. He even met with J.D. Vance. And then the next day, he's gone? How was he in a coma if he met with J.D. Vance that night? Y'all ever notice that powerful people meet?
You know he's been gone
before something major happened?
Like, you do realize that this man has been gone for a year, almost 2 years. At least a year and a half. Y'all remember when he disappeared between the here? Let me pause this. I'll pause it. You guys don't remember when he disappeared, giving his Easter. I'll put it in right about. That sure is hard to do that. Look, he got done giving his mass service or his Easter service. This has been probably 21.
Video shared to YouTube by Flag on the Play, a bit of news coverage is enough to make many people question whether they are living in a simulation. The video clip comes from a live news broadcast. Reporters watch from the ground as the Pope conducts a prayer for those affected by the pandemic. He stands in a dark window of the Vatican, his bright white clothes illuminated by the sun outside. When he concludes his prayer, he slowly turns and begins to walk away from the window. You would expect to see him gradually fade into the darkness of the room as he walks away from the light of the window. However, something strikingly different happens. The Pope turns away from the window and pauses for a moment. Then he disappears in the blink of an eye, leaving behind only the dark window where he had just been standing. How could such a shocking thing happen in the middle of a live broadcast? Some viewers of the video believe the answer is simple, that the broadcast wasn't really live and we're seeing an awkward cut in the film.
And he doesn't go in, he fades to black. Like, do you understand how hard it is to fade to black? Like, if you're not Metallica, understand? You don't just be fading to black whenever you want. All right, I gotta quit. I'll stop. My fault. Back to the video. I kept going too far. That's my fault. Wind it back. All right. Here we go. All right. Some of that.
If he met with J.D. Vance that night, y'all ever notice that powerful people meet right before something major happened?
It's called a conspiracy. One or more people. Two or more people.
Yes. Why was he the one to go meet with the Pope? They say they were talking about humanitarian stuff. But why J.D. Vance? I'm just asking the questions, y'all.
Who knows these things?
The next day, he's gone. J.D. Vance even seemed to notice that he was in better health. Because y'all remember, he was in the hospital for 38 days with double pneumonia. That's what they had said. And y'all remember, it was times where all the news outlets were saying that he was going to pass that one night where he just got so sick, so ill. People was praying for him. And he made it through the next day. People was like, it's a miracle.
I mean, he's the Pope. I'd be fearing he'd be praying for himself. He's the Pope.
And he overcame all of that. They said they wanted...
Sure as hell's gonna need it. That's for sure.
Extremely ill still. But he said, no, I'm finna do God's work. I'm finna go out Easter. I'm feeling good. I feel
turn up,
great.
sipping scissor.
He felt great enough to go on the Pope Mobile. He felt great enough to give people blessings, to even have a little meeting with J.D. Vance. And all of a sudden, he's gone. Now, let's get into this prophecy part. In the 1500s, Saint
Prophecy
made a list of 112.
Let me get that prophecy. You know what I'm saying?
Only be 112. And after the 112th one passes, there will be no more. That's it, y'all. He said the end of time, judgment day, Rome falls. Oh, do y'all want to guess the number that Pope Francis was? Malachi said the final pope will be known as Peter the Roman. That he will lead the church into tribulations, chaos, and destruction. And some say that Francis was Peter in disguise, Jesuit, but Latin American, but took the name Francis from Saint Francis of Assisi, who was born in Rome.
What'd you say?
Tell me,
would you just call me something, dude?
Or is that the road? So with all of this taking place this year, y'all remember he opened the holy door too. The holy door is like a spiritual reset switch. And the church only opened them during rare Jubilee years. A lot of people say when he opened the door, he welcomed people in to make it to the other side. For people to ask for forgiveness and etc. But then you got people that said when that door opened, that was the judgment. So around that same time that he opened the holy door, it was talks, whispers, that he also was gone down in the Vatican vault where he was not supposed to go. It's an underground archive that holds forbidden texts
that only this guy right here knows about, and even the damn Pope can't go to. Here's the
that he was finna unlock some of them documents. We're gonna play the hypothetical because, like I said, I don't know if it's real or not, but that's what I heard.
What if there were no hypothetical questions? That's an excellent thought. That's what I'll think about when I'm sitting home alone next time when the power goes out.
Contest. Religion easily has the greatest bullshit story ever told. Think about it. Religion has actually convinced people that there's an invisible man living in the sky who watches everything you do every minute of every day. And the invisible man has a special list of 10 things he does not want you to do. And if you do any of these 10 things, he has a special place full of fire and smoke and burning and torture and anguish where he will send you to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you. He loves you. He loves you and he needs money. He always needs money. He's all powerful, all perfect, all knowing, and all wise. Somehow, just can't handle money. Religion takes in billions of dollars. They pay no taxes, and they always need a little more. Now, you talk about a good bullshit story. Holy shit.
All right, back up. Here we go.
The other side. For people to ask for forgiveness and etc. But then you got people that said when that door opened, that was the judgment. So around that same time that he opened the holy door, it was talks, whispers that
hey, did y'all just hear some girl in the background hollering or whatever? Like, listen.
It's from Saint Francis of Assisi, who was born in Rome. But y'all tell me, is that a reach or is that the road? So with all of this taking place this year, y'all remember he opened the holy door too. The holy door is like a spiritual reset switch. And the church only opened them during rare Jubilee years. A lot of people say when he opened the door, he welcomed people in to make it to the other side. For people to ask for forgiveness and etc. But then you got people that said when that door opened, that was the judgment. So around that same time that he opened the holy door, it was talks, whispers, that he also was gone down in the Vatican vault where he was not supposed to go. It's an underground archive that holds forbidden text.
Forbidden knowledge. Forbidden knowledge.
Sealed. But like I said, I heard the whispers that he was.
Our seals whispering.
Man, we're gonna play the hypothetical because, like I said, I don't know if it's real or not, but that's what I heard. But what if he did, in fact, go down to that vault and he seen some things that he was finna share with the world? And before he could do that, he ultimately passed. So let's lay this out. The death certificate said coma, but we all seen him alive the day before. A meeting with J.D. Vance said they.
I also seen him disappear and fade to black like a Metallica song on Ride the Lightning. I'm just saying, could be.
Vatican vote, and then boom, he's gone now. And the prophecy said that he will be the last pope. So if Pope Francis was the 112th pope, and there's supposedly not supposed to be another one, what comes after that, y'all? They didn't say it, but what do you think? So can y'all believe it was just a peaceful death? Or can you ask yourself, why him?
Did you ever notice that? How many really stupid people you run into during the day? God damn, there's a lot of stupid bastards walking around. Carry a little pad and pencil with you. You wind up with 30 or 40 names by the end of the day. Look at it this way. Think of how stupid the average person is, and then realize half of them are stupider than that. And it doesn't take you very long to spot one of them, does it? Take you about 8 seconds. You'll be listening to some guy. You say, this guy is fucking stupid. Then there are some people, they're not stupid, they're full of shit. That doesn't take very long to spot either, does it? Take you about the same amount of time. You'll be listening to some guy and say, well, he's fairly intelligent. He's full of shit. Then there are some people, they're not stupid, they're not full of shit, they're fucking nuts. Dan Quayle is all three. All three. Stupid, full of shit, and fucking nuts.